Hardrock underground mining. Welcome to Australian Mining for New Starters, and today I just want to talk about the hardrock underground mining industry because at the moment that's where the majority of the new starter jobs are. And just first I'd like to give a shout out to Hayley, who did the sponsors DIY training package about 5 months ago now, and she's just recently picked herself up a trainee service crew job, which is a really good result. So well done, Hayley. Now, hardrock underground mining. So let's have a look. If you Google it, you can see the different pages come up. Barminco comes up, who's a big hard rock underground contractor. And you come down and you can see, and this is from the sponsors website. This is from the Australian Mining Review, and it's 15 things every new starter needs to know, and it's something that I wrote for them about 18 months ago. So that's a good read too if you want to have a look at that. But the easiest way to have a look at explaining what hard rock underground mining is basically you are boring a hole, shoving some explosives in it, firing it out, and then carting the rock away. Again, if you have a look, this is the a link to the Work Ready program from the sponsors training page. But you can see the different machines. That's a jumbo boring out. There's a bogger grabbing some dirt. This is the mining cycle, which we'll have a look in a second. I've got that up on another page. Lots of pictures of jumbos and charge up. Some handheld mining, which is done very rarely at the moment. But one of the reasons that this is the place, or this is the area where a lot of new starter jobs are, is because of all the mines that are going underground. So they've finished their open pit stage and they've still got an ore body that's going down, and they want to get that ore out, or the metal out, or whatever they're chasing. So if we have a look at the mining cycle, this is a good one. You drill it, so the jumbo goes in and drills all the holes, then charge up goes in and charges it. You blast it, you make sure you vent it and re-enter. This has got muck and haul on it. We call it bogging in Australia, so you bog it out. Then you send somebody in to scale it. And in Australia, we normally shotcrete it now and then bolt it. A lot of places overseas still just bolt it straight like that. And then they pick it up so they know how far they're going. Normally, if you're in an ore drive, the geos will come and take a sample, and then it's back to square one again and drilling. And you're doing that all over the place. The metal can be anything that is worth any value. So gold, nickel, zinc, lead, copper, silver. Basically, hard rock mining entails everything but coal, and especially with the underground stuff, and that's why there's so much opportunity around. So if you go over to Seek and you type underground in, you'll see 1,500 jobs come up, and they're just really struggling to find anybody with any experience. So this is the first time I've seen a trainee jumbo operator ad, but what they're really asking for is an experienced bogger operator, and they're using the bait of being trained on the jumbo to get them over. So everybody's having to look for people, and when they're having to fill those middle jobs, which is charge up and the bogger, then there's always a huge turnover of people underneath as well. So if you come across crew ads that are asking for everything, and I think there's a McMahon's crew ad down here somewhere. Yeah, here. Expressions of interest. This would be, once you've done the training, this would be something that you'd be sending your resume off to if you do the sponsors training. Even though it wants experienced people, these truck driver jobs, and if they need nippers as well, they'll all have to be filled by people with no experience, because there's just not the people with the truck driving experience that want the jobs. Everybody that's on a truck at the moment is trying to get onto service crew or charge up or the bogger or that next level up. We come over to the sponsors website. They've got under new starters a mining career checklist, and it just goes through everything that you need to be able to get into the industry. So the big thing with hard rock underground is you need a manual car license, be able to pass a police clearance, and be able to pass a medical with a drug test. Now, the best way to get in is to give them what they want. And the employers all want the same thing. They want someone that knows how their mine works. They're not really wrapped up in how much practical experience you've got. If you've got experience on civil sites with equipment, that's great. But that's not what's going to get you over the line with a job. And this goes for the people that have got no experience with heavy equipment too. What the employers are looking for are people that know how their mine works. And these 4 courses teach you everything you need to know about how the mine works, what you're going to have to do as a nipper, a truck driver, or a member of service crew. And it just allows the employer to have the confidence to hire somebody when they can answer those mining questions in the interview. Doesn't cost a lot to do, and there's a lot of great information in there that gives you all the tools to be able to get yourself a job, and lots of people are at the moment. Now, the Hardrock Underground is one of the best places to look for a new starter's job, because there's so many new mines opening up and existing mines expanding. I really struggle sometimes to understand how people can do their research into the mining industry and come up with some of the things that they come up with. Unfortunately, there's probably 100 or 200,000 people all trying to go for maybe 200 BHP or iron ore jobs going over here in WA at the moment. There's literally a Facebook page devoted to people asking, how long does it take to get, once you've done your medical, how long does it take to get to site? And some people have been in the process now for 12 to 18 months. So that gives you an idea of, they don't really need you. Whereas with the Hardrock Underground, as soon as you get medicaled and they want you, you're on site doing the job. And some people that have done the training can turn a job around in weeks. Others, like Haley, took a couple of months to do it. It's all about casting the widest net once you redo your resume, applying for all the nipper, truck, offsider and service crew jobs you can, no matter how much experience they're asking for, because there is none around at the moment. So I hope you found that information helpful, and at the moment Hardrock Underground Mining is the best place for a new starter to try and get in with the minimal amount of, not effort, you've got to put a lot of effort into learning it, but expense at the moment. You don't need a lot of money to try and get in. You can do it for a very reasonable amount of money, teach yourself how the mine works, and as long as you've got a manual car license, there's not a lot stopping you. One of the best things to do is to be in front of the person that you're trying to get the job for. So once you've done some training and got your mining knowledge up to speed, then the next step would be to head to a mining town or a mining hub. If you're already living in Brisbane or Perth or Adelaide, then you're already in a mining hub. But if you're in Sydney or Melbourne, then maybe you should think about going to the west of New South Wales, the towns through there, or over to Kalgoorlie. There's lots of opportunity around Kalgoorlie at the moment. They're opening a number of new Hardrock Underground mines up, and they just don't have the existing people to staff the ones that they've got open already, so they're having to train lots of people. I hope that you found that information helpful and you get something out of it, and if you could like and subscribe to the channel and share this information around. Thank you.